First and foremost, Tom, you're 92 years old, is that correct?
No, 93.
93, oh. Okay.
94 in March.
Oh, excellent, excellent. That's awesome. It sounds like you look good for your age, you know,
Thank you.
first and foremost. And you served during World War II?
Right.
Yes. What branch were you in and where were you stationed at?
The United States Army Air Corps.
Mm-hmm.
China, Burma, India.
Wow.
1944 and 1945.
Oh, wow. So you were there right at the, kind of the climax of the war, more or less, when it kind of ended.
That's right. In the middle and then at the end, just near the end.
Yeah, definitely. What was your feeling going in? Because I know a lot of guys were very wanting and willing to go to serve in World War II.
Well, I enlisted when I was 17.
Okay.
With my mother and father's permission now.
Of course. Yeah, and are you from Windham initially?
No, I'm from Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
Oh, okay, definitely.
I moved there in 1924.
Oh, wow. Excellent. And, all around, what was the feeling like? Well, I guess first off, when you were in the Air Corps, when you were in the Army Corps, what exactly was your title? What did you do there?
Well, what it was when I enlisted to be an electrician. I worked for my dad after school, and they gave me choice, cook and baker or flyboy. Mm-hmm. So I took fly.
Excellent. And, flying, that must have been, were you a pilot or were you just in
No, I was Army, known as a tail gunner, Army Air Corps tail gunner.
Okay, what does a tail gunner do exactly?
Tail gunner sits behind 250 caliber, and they both work simultaneously. You swing one, the other one follows, whatever, up, down, sideways.
Yeah, definitely. And for you, what was it like being in that part of the world during that time? It must have been quite different from New Jersey, obviously.
Definitely, yeah. I made quite a few different trips to Florida. It was my basic training after Atlantic City. And what it was, when I was in Atlantic City, I was a good shot. I think that's why they made me a gunner, because my dad had a 16-position shotgun shooting pigeons, and I used to set them off. And I would fire. The guys would let me shoot after that. So I was a pretty good crack shot. Yeah,
nice. And, one of the biggest things I remember Tim telling me was that you still fit in your uniform after so many years. I wonder, what is the secret? Is it just because, you looks like you're a pretty fit guy, so I guess that's probably some of it, right?
I eat black cherries every day in the morning. And I have peaches. I have a lot of fruit.
Yep.
And I was a good heavy beer drinker and red wine.
Of course.
I chased all of them when I could. I could never catch them. I wasn't a fast runner.
Excellent. And it must be kind of a source of pride to be able to still wear that uniform to events like you're going to speak at today.
Yeah, well, to be truthful, this is not my own. This has a zipper on the shirt, which during War II, no zippers. And, of course, I bought this jacket, and it happened to fit, and I bought these pants, and they happened to fit.
Yeah, excellent. And I bet when you go to events like these, people are really, they probably like talking to you and like seeing your uniform. I bet that's probably a big thing that you get a kick out of.
Yeah, I'll explain it to everybody, but I'm just about the same as I was. I was 112 when I went in. Not old, my weight.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. Still got some years before you reach that age.
and I'm just about the same, except now I'm 140 pounds.
Yeah, excellent. And I guess for you, what is Veterans Day for you? Would mean for you, especially since you're actually serving, and actually served in during that time? Does it have a different meaning for you?
Well, it does. I'll tell you the reason why. I had a young sister. She was 11 months older than me, and she died on her birthday.
Oh.
And there was a reason. And when I got my Purple Heart, I crashed on my birthday 20 minutes before I was born.
Oh, wow.
3 o'clock we crashed, and I was born at 3:20.
Oh, wow.
So I figured her life gone early saved my life to keep lingering and lingering. Whatever the guy up there says.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And I see you're actively involved with the VFW?
Yes, I am. Post 15, and it's in Windham, New York.
Yeah.
It's a great post.
Yeah, definitely.
I was in the Fair Lawn Post, and my dad put me in as a life member in 1944, as soon as I hit Karachi, India, where I was baptized, by the way, too.
Oh, wow. Amazing, amazing. And did you do any, like after World War II, did you serve in any other wars or do more military work?
No, I tried to, well, when I came back, I re-enlisted for another tour. But then I got on B-17s as Air Sea Rescue. And we were flying around Biloxi training. And the pilot got on the air and he says, crew, we're landing. War is over. Happy day. But I had my wife, hello honey. I had my wife with me because I got married when I came back from overseas.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And she was in the hospital when I got discharged. They wanted to send me to Fort Dix for her discharge. And I said, I can't. I got my car here, which was in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And my wife's in the hospital. So we got a private, me and 4 other men, we had a private discharge.
Do you remember when that year that was, by chance?
Yeah, 1945. Latter part of 1945.
Okay.
Right after the war, I got out.
Definitely, definitely. And what have you done since? I mean, obviously being in VFW, did you work or do other things in your time? I'm sure you did a lot. It sounds like
just electrical work with my dad, and he gave me the business in 1957.
Wow.
And my business is still working. It's 113 years old.
Oh, wow. It's amazing. It's cool to see. And I remember you mentioned your wife. Is she still with you? Or?
No, her and I didn't last.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
But my other wife I got 5 children with her.
Oh, nice, nice. And is your second wife still around?
No, she passed in 1993.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Cancer, you know.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, she was a woman from North Dakota where they had a lot of farm stuff and, chemicals.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you must get a kick speaking at events like this.
Oh, yeah, I go to schools, I go to churches, I do as much as I can.
Yeah.
To try to get the younger children and college kids. Get in the service, get a life for yourself. Because there's so many college kids that can't get a job.
Right.
You know that yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to get into something right away. Do you think there's probably less people that are enlisting nowadays, like that should enlist?
I think we should have more enlistment. I think it should be mandatory, myself personally.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you've got your hat on with a lot of different pins. Is that all like just pins that are those like awards, or what are the pins all made?
Mostly awards.
Yeah.
I'd say we can go over here.
Look at that.
This is from here is the Distinguished Flying Cross. Air Medal.
Okay.
Good Conduct, which I'm proud of.
Yep.
Purple Heart.
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful.
This is the government, and this is Asiatic Pacific.
Wow.
And of course that. And this is my bomb group, 498th Bomb Group, which I'm in touch with constantly. With the boys.
Good. So
and these are different odds and ends.
Yeah.
There's the B-25, like I was on.
Yep.
And that was our emblem for the Army Air Corps. That's a special.
Beautiful.
This is China, Burma, India, insignia. That's it. And this is 70-year pin that the state commander of our Great New York gave me personally at a testimonial dinner for me last year, 2 years ago. And he apologized because it's only got 70, but I had 73 years.
Yeah.
And they don't make a pin over 70.
Yeah, wow. Definitely, definitely. And, have you gone back to any of the places that you were stationed in the years since you were there?
None. Fort Dix, Atlantic City, gambling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. And I guess being over there at that time, was there any special memories, like any specific, maybe funny stories of that being there at that time? I know it's a war, but I guess there's still some funny.
Yeah, I was on a 7-day leave, and all the boys knew I used to do horse racing there in New Jersey when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So they over in Calcutta, India, they had a racetrack, so they got me up there. I won the first race, but I was strapping the horse. And over there in India, you can't hit an animal. So they disqualified me. But then after that, I made 4 more races, and I won 2 of them.
Oh, sweet.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you had some downtime as well, just being there and getting to see.
Yeah, they gave us time off.
Yeah,
I've seen the Taj Mahal, which was beautiful.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, definitely. And I guess we got some good stuff here, but I'm wondering kind of if there's anything you would probably say to people, say to your fellow vets, or to say the younger generation about serving and being and Veterans Day and all that good stuff.
Well, I enjoy Veterans Day because I'm still alive to be able to talk about it. And I've, like I had said before, I'm 73 years a life member of the VFW, and I was a member of the American Legion, which is also a good haul. But when I was younger, I was with the Ambulance Corps, I was with the police department, all in Fair Lawn, and it was just too much, so I gave up the American Legion, and well, that's about it.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent.
I'm involved now with somebody out in Ohio. He's writing a book. His father and I was in the same bomb group, but a different air base.
Okay.
I never met him. I met his father, or the son, and the daughter-in-law. And he wrote a book, and it's going to be published. And near the end of the book, he's putting me in the book.
Oh, wonderful.
And then also, while I was out in Ohio at the 75-year anniversary of the Doolittle raid, I was on my plane that I flew over in China, Burma, India.
Really?
It had the white stripes, and it was original, and they put me up into it. They're making a movie of it.
Wow.
So,
how did it feel for you to go back into a plane that you hadn't been in for so much time?
Well, it felt great. A little harder getting in the tail because you're going down a little tunnel.
Yeah. But that's amazing to revisit something that you probably thought you'd never revisit again.
And that's right. And then what they did, though, they took a seat out of that particular bomber, and they had me sign on the bottom of the seat. That, because there's not many of us guys hanging around yet.
Yeah, right.
So then another bomber guy group come over, and he said, "We're making a movies of the Doolittle. Would you get in our plane and do the same thing?" So I got up there, and they took pictures of me sitting there making believe the gun there were. But they had the planes identical to what it was when we were flying them.
Wow. So yeah, there's still admiration, there's still interest in that. I wonder, with the book, do you know when that's going to come out at all? Have they told you?
No. In fact, they might fly me out to Ohio.
Okay.
They said if they need more detail, they can't get on by way of telephone. They'll fly me out there. That's all I know.
Wow, that's cool. And the film, I guess the film, you're involved with the film, or am I getting that right?
Well, they took pictures of me, and they said, if things work out, you will be in the movies. A small sketch, I guess, maybe half a second.
Yeah, but hey, that's still cool that they got you on there to do that. I guess that's going to probably be released sometime next year, I'm
sure, but yeah.
Excellent.
That was out in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, okay.
Beautiful museum.
Yeah.
And Doolittle, I got to see the co-pilot. He's still alive. He might be 103 now, but he was 102 when I seen him.
It's amazing.
And I bought his book. He wrote a book, but we couldn't get close enough for him to sign it for me.
Yeah.
Because there was people all lined up But he was 102 years old, and the only survivor of the Doolittle raid.